So how's it going, everybody? So this is the second part of my comic book buying. I got a few Whitman comics that I want to show you guys. Some cool Walt Disney ones, Mickey Mouse, Woody Woodpecker ones. So some pretty cool books. So this is Mickey Mouse issue 214, 1981. So these are reprinted stories of comics, but they're also reprinted in other trade paperbacks and so forth and too. So there's two different types of stories, and there's a couple of fun stories with the Junior Woodpeckers and with Mickey Mouse and this other guy, Goofy. So just another fun read. It was in the collection of 25 comics or so that I bought for $2 each, so you can't go wrong. If this was in a higher grade, I saw on eBay is selling for about $5 to $6 US, but in the condition it's in, I wish this was in a higher grade. It's about 4 to 5 out of 10 on the scale, or good to very good. So it's about as $3 to $4 it's not a key issue or anything, but still just a fun read, and it's like, and I thought, why not? It is. They're such cool comics, so why not? And since it was part of the collection, I'm glad to have these. I'll just throw them in my box of Whitman and Gold Key comics and put them in order. So yeah, I love the color. It's just a fun, entertaining read. So I'm just asking the question: do you guys have this issue, or do you not collect Whitman? I mean, I know they're not the most popular today, but to me, they're still one of the more cheaper ways to get reprinted stories, just because they're so cool, and Walt Disney is always a fun read. So this next comic is issue 215. There's 4 different stories in here, which I think is pretty cool. Now, a couple of the stories are like 8 pages long, and then there's a couple of stories that are just 5 or 6 pages long. So back in the day, they were able to do stories in just 4 or 5 pages, which is pretty cool. So this is 1980, cover price .60 cents. Imagine paying 60 cents for a comic way back in the day. You don't find that very often today. I love the nice bright orange of this comic. It's such a fun read, so pretty cool. I love Mickey Mouse. I grew up with Mickey Mouse, so it's pretty cool, and I just, again, think it's such a fun read. And you'll have all your favorite characters, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, so it is pretty cool. I love these type of Whitman stories, and it is in not bad shape. I mean, yeah, there's a little, for how old the comic, there's a, as you can see, there's a scratch right there on it. There's a bit of scruff on it, so it does bring the value down. But I mean, these comics are about $4 to $5. I bought a few at places on trips, and they've sold for about $3 to $4. So I would never pay more than much that for those, just because unfortunately, even though for how old they are, they're not that they don't become that valuable. So it is what it is, especially if they're not key issues. But again, love the entertainment value of these type of comics. I love the orange cover on it. So as you can see, Mickey and Goofy is in a far out adventure. So they're facing a giant robot, which I think is pretty cool. Next one I want to show you guys is Daffy Duck. I love Daffy for Looney Tunes. Such a great comic. It's in not bad condition. It's a little bit wear and tear, as you guys can see on the back. The cover's a little bit indented, and somebody did put a sticker on there, which does hurt the value. But again, love the yellow cover to it. This is a reprinted story as well from the Looney Tunes from way back in the 50s, I believe. And again, if there's some trade paperbacks out there that you can find these stories in, but such a fun cover. Looks like they're portraying the circus. Daffy Duck going for the popcorn that Elmer Fudd's trying to sell, which is very funny. Sometimes the cover does not always represent the story inside, but there's still, again, 3 to 4 different stories, and there's some of the stories are about 8 pages long. So it's pretty cool that back in the day they could just do stories like that. I'll show you guys the first page, and then I think this is so cool. Another Daffy's being Private Eye in this first story, and the first page has a little Lulu advertisement on it. So quite cool. I love these old Looney Tune stories because I did grow up with them, and my wife is a huge Daffy Duck fan, so another reason I got this. So I also got Uncle Scrooge, number 177, 1980, another early Bronze Age comic. Again, this is a reprinted story. There's about 7 different reprinted stories in this. I don't know why they like to reprint these stories from these comics so much, but it is what it is. So you have all your favorite characters in here. Uncle Scrooge, Huey, Louie, and Dewey on here, which again, these are just such a fun read. So this is about, again, another 3 to 4 out of 10 on the scale, or very good. So as usual, it's about $3 to $4 US. It's not very high value, just for the condition and everything. As you can guys see, that there's a little bit of wear and tear. It is what it is when I got these. So I mean, I'm lucky I only paid $2 for the comic, so I pretty much double my money if I were to ever sell it. But I will never sell these. They are just going my I do have a box of Whitman comics, so I think it's still pretty cool. So next one I got in my nice little collection is Winnie the Pooh comic. Winnie the Pooh comics are so much fun to read, and you know, in this issue, it's kind of iconic that is summertime, and it is kind of a summer theme. One where Winnie the Pooh is on a couple of turtles floating down the river with a hot dog hanging from the rope. So we all like to go swimming in the summertime, so I think this is a fun one. But whoever owned this comic before even I bought it, back in the 70s, they like to put pen marks on it because they don't think comics are valuable, but sometimes they do become valuable. So it is. So it really makes me mad when people in the 70s do that. It apparently was quite common back then, so I don't know why they seem to think to do that. Again, there's a couple of cool stories in here, and one-page promo Siding Tales advertisement in here. So I'll just open it up, show you guys the first couple pages in here. Yeah, so it is a little bit of wear and tear, which does bring the value down. As you can see, somebody indented the corner of it, which is not a big deal because I'll just straighten it and do a little bit of a press on it. So there's a few stories on it. Again, it's a 60-cent cover price. You don't find that very often, but it is what it is. So I'm going to guess this is about a $3 comic at best. I mean, I only paid $2 for it. It did not come with a bag and board. I will bag and board it in the proper bags and the modern bags. So just another fun story. I'll put them with my other Winnie the Pooh comics. So last couple ones I want to show you is Woody Woodpecker. Oh, I love Woody Woodpecker. Such a awesome character. So again, this is a little bit older. It's a 50-cent cover. Is 1981. So in this condition, it's in very good, or about 4 out of 10. It's a little bit better condition than this Winnie the Pooh because there is no pen marks or anything. There's a bit of slight cover damage, which does bring down the value. And this one they came bag and board, but I am going to bag and board it in a newer bags, because every so often you do have to rebag and board comics, just because the bags themselves do wear over time. So there's quite a few stories in these ones. So there's 36 pages in these Woodpeckers, which I think is cool. There's quite a few stories that are like 8 pages long. Plus, with the advertisement, it does equal to 36 pages. So it is what it is. Like I say, it's probably about $4 to $5 comic that I saw selling on eBay. If the prices change, you guys can let me know, because I don't always look at the values every day for comics. I just kind of do it from time to time. But still, pretty cool. Yeah, so if I were to sell this in like a flea market or something, I'd put at least $4 on it. So here's another fun cover, and since it is summertime, I think this is a perfect one to Woody Woodpecker selling ice cream and looking at a girl, Woodpecker, has his kids. But whoever had this comment before me, it looks like even a couple years ago, they put a sticker on selling for 49 cents. It does kind of ruin the cover when people put stickers on it. They should know better. It is worth more than 49 cents in my book. When somebody does this on the comic, it really hurts the value. But this is such a fun summer comic. I think it's just pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it's probably still only worth about $3, because I hate it when people put the price tags on it. It does lower the value. They think it seems to be cool to do that. Trust me, people, it is not cool to put price tags on comics. At least put it on the comic bag if it comes with a comic bag. Please, people, do not do that, because it's so hard to get the sticker off, and it does actually ruin the sticker if it does come off. So please do not do not put stickers on comics. It really does hurt the value. So I'm going to say in this condition, with the sticker, it's in good condition, or like 2 to 3 out of 10. And again, yeah, there is some damage for how old it is. Not to say I'm that old, but it is there is some damage on there. So when you're buying collections, just be careful what you're buying. If you don't feel comfortable with the pictures, ask somebody, whoever you're buying the comics from, ask the person if they can take more pictures. Because I would still bought this collection, but I may not. I mean, I did lower the price on. I made a deal with the person, but I would ask for a little bit less, just because I do not like how people put comic stickers on stuff. If I would have saw that on some of these comics before I bought it, I would have greatly I would have reduced my offer greatly, because I will not pay any more than what I think the comic is worth. So my final thought is, when you're buying comics, especially off eBay or on Marketplace, always ask to get more pictures, especially if you think there's something off with the comic. And then you can negotiate a little bit better. But if the person's not willing to come down on price, then sometimes you just have to walk away, because it is what it is. If you don't think you're going to get the value out of the comic, then sometimes you just have to wait. I've done that on many comic deals. I've just had to walk away because the person was not being reasonable and lowering the price, because everybody thinks their comics are perfect when they are not. Mint has to be considered like no marks, no scuffs, no nothing, and that's not always true. When somebody says their comic is mint and you see defects on the comic, then they're lying, and you should always point it out to them. Because when I buy comics, I always ask for more pictures, and I always try to negotiate a better price if I feel like the comics are not for what they should be, because not everybody's a good grader. I am not the best grader to grade my comics, so I don't know. I always undervalue my comic collection just to be on the safe side. So just take that into consideration when you're buying comics. So there will be no YouTube video on Sunday, but I will hopefully have more YouTube. I will have another Ventures YouTube for next Saturday, but I will also have a YouTube video for next Sunday, a week from this Sunday, for new comic books. My wife is going to the comic book store for me and picking up my comic books, so I can't wait to see what she got for me. So everybody have a great weekend, and stay cool. It is a hot weekend, so have fun. Let's talk about comics. Thanks, everybody.